Hey friends, Pastor Chris here in my straw bale garden, and today I'm going to show you a really cool method for growing tomatoes using straw bales. This is a great method for saving space, improving your soil, and making gardening a little bit easier on your back. So let's dig in. To start with, you're going to need some straw bales. You can use either straw bales or hay bales, but straw will have less weeds in general. Hay bales include more seeds, and those seeds are going to sprout over time. Straw is typically just the stalks of the grass with much less seeds, but either one will work. I have used both and have done it successfully. You're just probably going to have to pull more weeds out of your hay bales. You can usually find hay bales or straw bales at your local farm supply store or a home improvement store. Or if you know a farmer who will give you some for free, even better. But make sure you choose either straw or hay that hasn't been treated with chemicals, because we want this to be as organic as possible. And if the bales were sprayed with chemicals to deter sprouting, they're going to deter sprouting of your tomatoes too, and we don't want that. Step one, before planting anything, you need to condition your straw bales. This means getting them ready to become a rich, nutritious home for your tomato plants. Place your bales wherever you want them. For tomatoes, they'll need a lot of sun, so you want to pick a spot that gets full sun. The cool thing about using straw bales is you can actually place them right on top of your driveway or a patio or concrete or some really bad soil. It doesn't matter because you're going to be growing in the straw bales, not the ground. You want to water your bales thoroughly every day for about 3 days. This gets them nice and moist. Then next, on days 4 through 6, sprinkle about half a cup of high nitrogen fertilizer on top of each bale and keep watering. This starts the composting process inside the bale. It's going to heat it up and break it down internally. Step 2 is planting. After about 10 days of conditioning, your bales are going to be ready for planting. Plant your tomatoes deep. Make a hole deep enough to hold the whole root ball and a good portion of your tomato seedlings. You'll notice on your tomato stems that they are covered with these tiny little hairs. Each of these hairs can transform into a new root to draw water into the plant. When they are buried, they transform into roots, and we need a good root system to keep our plants watered well. If the bale seems too tough to dig in, you can use a sturdy stick or a trowel to help make your hole. Make it wide enough so that the whole root ball and the plant can slip right inside. You can add some organic fertilizer like blood meal or tomato tone into the hole right as you plant. You may also want to add a small amount of gardening soil or potting soil to help fill the hole, but this is totally optional. It's just an easy way to sort of help fill out the hole. Then gently push the straw around the plant and secure it in place. Step 3 is maintenance. Tomatoes in straw bales need regular watering, especially as the weather gets warmer. The straw will start to decompose, which is what you want, but it also means it can dry out faster than soil, and these straw bales really drain water well. So keep those bales moist. And don't forget about adding about a tablespoon of fertilizer every few weeks to encourage growth and fruit production. Step 4, as your tomato plants grow, they might need a little support, and you can use stakes or tomato cages, which can be inserted right into the bales. Since I'm growing on an arch trellis, I'll simply tie my tomatoes to the trellis to support them as they grow. This will keep your tomato plants upright and keep your tomatoes off the ground, preventing rotting and keeping them healthy. Planting tomatoes in straw bales is a fantastic, simple way to enjoy gardening, and it's much easier on your back because they're a little bit higher up off the ground. It's perfect for small places where you have bad soil or no soil. It reduces weed problems and improves the soil as the bales break down. So I hope you'll give it a try and enjoy some fresh, delicious tomatoes from your very own garden. As I finish up planting my tomatoes in these straw bales, it's a good moment to draw a parallel to our spiritual lives. Just like these tomatoes are starting in an unconventional, transformed environment of straw, sometimes our spiritual growth also occurs in unexpected ways and places. In the Bible, we see many examples of growth and transformation happening in unusual or challenging circumstances. Think of Joseph in Egypt or Daniel in Babylon. Places you wouldn't expect to see them thrive, yet God transformed those situations into fertile soil for spiritual growth. These straw bales might not look like much right now, just as our circumstances might sometimes seem less than ideal. But with care, faith, and a little bit of work, these tomatoes will grow and flourish, providing nourishment and joy. Similarly, when we nurture our faith, even in the toughest times, we too can grow in ways we never imagined, bearing fruit in the form of love, joy, peace, and other spiritual blessings. So let this be a reminder to us all that no matter where you are planted, God is there to help you grow. And you can grow. Trust Him, have faith, and do the work, and you'll see amazing things happening. So let's do that, and let's get out there, and let's grow and be fruitful.